a lot of resources into trying to take her down. The Gargoyle can just dive in from on top. So I like what GRIFFIN put together, but I like Afreeca's a little bit more. And let's see which is going to come out on top here in game number 2. A reminder, guys, that our good friend LS, aka Low Standards, has a gift for you. First off, it is going to be North America getting potential skin code. We have 3 to give away. You're going to have to be really quick. But it's going to be for Arcade Kaiser, the brand new Chroma that has come out. And that is going to be available after this match. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video.
Have the client open, ready to go. You're going to have to read off the camera. There's 3 different codes written out, so there's a bit of a meta strategy going on there. Do you choose row 3, 2, or 1?
Hey, that's true. How do you know? How do you know which one to do? And look, we also don't know whether LS has made a mistake writing these down. I mean, it might be that one of these codes is
double checked.
You sure?
I did.
All right. Okay.
I went through each step of the way.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
I might have low standards, but I got pretty high standards for this.
Yeah, high standards when it comes to giving away codes, low standards when it comes to basically anything else, especially his TFT play in a low platinum solo queue or something like that. As Kiin with a hook shot, he's going to land onto Sword here, gets himself the shield really nicely. As Sword trying to turn it around, does so pretty well. Electrocute coming out for the Jace, wanting those bursty trades. Kiin's got the grasp of the Undying to make sure that he's not going to fall down in this lane. Not going to be doing anything silly like our friend Noguri did, taking Kleptomancy Camille into a Renekton matchup. This is going to be respect coming out from Kiin.
So far, Afreeca finding themselves with a bit of comfort here. We're only 2 minutes into the game, so it'd be pretty hard to not have comfort unless a invade went horribly wrong.
That's true. Ucal, though, very, very comfortable, like you're talking about. This lane is certainly one of those, especially in these early levels, where he's able just to stand on his opponent's minions and poke away the Akali from getting anywhere.
And the jungler's Dread is going to find himself with the better end of this trade. He's going to be pathing up towards top lane shortly after this, whereas Jarvan, you can already see, based on the current mid and bot lane states, he's not really going to find himself with anything to do unless he changes up his path.
Sure, the backflip does land onto Ucal here as Chovy's able to get this wave shoved back. Mantra Q, though, doing a bit of work for Ucal, spinning this back line. And Dread does pay a visit to the top side. A lot of Ghost Poro value. As Vision is going to go down, Kiin decides not to go for the stun onto Sword. Chovy gets this wave back into a decent position, but Ucal actually, with the ability to keep this minion wave on his side of the map, will make things rough for Chovy.
And I like what Tarzan just did. He recognized that there's a failed gank attempt. He immediately paths to the left-hand side, picks up the Scuttle Crab. This should allow him to double Scuttle.
Yeah, should be able to get down there, unless he's going to go for a gank towards the top side, but you can see Sword very pushed in. Vision being cleared out from Tarzan, just getting a bit of babysitting done, and I really like this. We were talking about this in the last matchup. Dread's going to turn up at exactly the right time, the idea of crashing the wave and then going for the dive if you do have the Jace and all of that extra power, but Dread has read it. And now, Tarzan, were you even looking? There is the piggy there.
What are they? What's everyone doing? There is 4 human brains behind the play on our screen right now.
Well, there's also some brains behind this play also, and that's going to be first blood going over to GRIFFIN. Lehends uses his whole health bar really nicely, but aiming also has a larger one. Oh, that Mystic shot was so incredibly close. Blade Caller comes in, and Viper and Lehends are able to get out. First blood going down. Just in the 2v2 is now Kiin, caught on the top side. Things are gone from bad to worse, but no! He's able to get out, doesn't even need the flash.
All right, well.
Wow.
Afreeca with a really close call just now.
That was almost absolute disaster, because if they had got killed on the top side and the bottom side at basically the same time, then that means almost everything is over. As Kiin just teleports back up top, he's got a couple of swords. Should be okay.
I see what you did there.
He does. the Doran's sword.
He only has one sword in his lane. His Doran blades. What? Let's take a look at
Yeah,
this.
commentate the
Look at the
replay,
Galio combo. Okay, now aiming. He wasn't able to. All right, we're just gonna cut. Cut. Not the director's cut here. As Kiin, I don't know how he didn't die. This was.
It's called Grasp of the Undying proc, passive shield, and living on 1 health for about forever.
Neither member from Griffin expended their flash. So there are ways to definitely kill Kiin there. It would just come at the expense of a flash or doing things slightly differently. But because he did manage to escape, top lane state is still manageable.
Yeah. And Kiin has been playing very well this series. Also, so we'll see whether he can keep that one up. Not anywhere near towards Tiamat or his Trinity Force, so we'll need a few items.
He's not near the Trinity Force in 6 minutes.
Yeah, not quite there. But it's going to take a while before he's able to actually go toe-to-toe with Sword on his chase. Okay? That's what I meant.
All right.
For a guy called Low Standards, your standards have been very high when it comes to things that I say today.
It's all right.
I feel like maybe there's something wrong with that name.
Yeah.
Something wrong.
There's no irony about it at all. I don't know what you're alluding to here. Did you see? I asked Valdez yesterday, but you know, he's not the most exciting to talk about it with. But the new Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
You saw it, right?
I saw it. Yeah. I sort of like, I don't know. I'm gonna have Lehends go for some sort of engagement, not actually find it. Look, it's sort of like. It feels like it's a new console, but also feels like exactly the same console. So, like, I don't know whether I want to buy it or not, because I feel like it's going to be upgrading the
battery life.
The battery life by, like, what, 20 minutes?
20 to 30%, I thought.
It's not super huge. We're going to see a hookshot, though, as Kiin discovers that Tarzan is waiting in this brush. Brilliant dodge of the knockup there as Dread takes the long way round. Ucal's going to teleport in as well. They want to guarantee this as Chovy is going to turn up. All the flashes are now going down. It's 2 kills, 1 on each side, but now Kiin once more. Not going to find it as Sword locks that one up. 3-1 now is the kill score, and Griffin finally drawing blood in the early game. It's what we've wanted to see for a long time.
Yeah, and Griffin now, they're going to be able to convert this into turret plates. Dread? Oh, we got level 6 off the minions. Okay.
Yeah, and finds the ultimate onto Sword. Sword dives in, just grabs the kill. It is going to be the trade. You'd say that's probably worth it if you can get a bit of extra money. He just wanted to go back soon anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah, he gets the faster recall.
Exactly, that's what we're talking about.
That's what he's trying to get there. So, in the end, let's take a look at how this all unfolds here. Kiin goes for the hook shot, and then beautifully cancels the Jarvan combo with the Hextech ultimatum. Teleports coming in. And then right here, Dread, he flashes out at the very end. Ucal not quite able to do probably everything he had hoped to do. And then right at the end there, Kiin tried to go 1-for-1 with Sword, not able to. Then Dread, he was on a mission.
He was.
That is one angry Poro.
Just have a feeling there was a...
Yeah, there's a much better way to do that.
as well or something?
Yeah,
I don't know.
That was a little bit.
Winter's Raft did absolutely nothing then as well.
다행이다. 너 아직 큰일 날 뻔했다. 오호.
Yeah. Well, he's happy that he went 1-for-1. I'm pretty sure there was a way that he does that a little bit better, but that's fine. He's able to pick up that kill. 1-1-1, very binary as far as that kill score. Sorry, his scoreline is concerned. That's doing okay. Chovy not towards his gunblade just yet. Bilgewater Cutlass on the way with a couple of books and a shield. And Kiin has augmented his swords with another sword. Or augmented his blades with his first sword.
Yeah,
nice
save. Yeah. Jeez. Ridiculous, honestly.
Well, Cloud Drake goes over to Griffin.
Cloud
Drake goes to Griffin.
It's an open Drake.
Sorry, yes, open Drake. They're both so irrelevant that I get them mixed up. I'm sorry. But next one is not. Mountain is going to be available. I'll need to get that name correct because that's going to be important. Both of these teams having a look down the line as far as Baron damage is concerned. Griffin's certainly probably going to win out. on that front, but Afreeca Freecs can tank the Baron for a really long time. They've got all the shields coming out from Ucal, as Tarzan and Dread are going to find one another. Chovy over the side here, as Dread gets out, and he's into the waiting arms of Sword. And by waiting arms, I mean waiting hammer, and that is a very dead piggy.
All right. Well, that was not the most exciting situation for Dread.
No.
As this game number 2 for Afreeca is looking like game number 1 could have maybe been a fluke.
Yeah,
or
did
was
you,
game number 1 a fluke?
Ooh.
Or is game number 2 a fluke?
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows now?
We'll have to wait for
Game number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of
What about game 4?
Did you ever play Ski Free?
I tried to scare you right there. You didn't
Game number 4. In this best of 5 series.
This best of 3. We're gonna get a remake.
Ah, we're remaking.
They can't chrono break.
Yep, yeah.
Then in game number 4, we're gonna
And
get
then
a remake.
we'll be back here for Genji versus Humble Life tomorrow. We're actually just gonna have this series for 11 games.
It's only happened once, I think, in competitive WoW. I think you and I were the ones that talked about that. There was a postponement of a game.
Yeah, I think it's happened
due to the subways. I can't remember what it was. Now I can't remember.
Because the game was like so incredibly long. I think that has happened before. I don't remember the exact instance of it happening. As this was Dread getting killed. Not much
I
to
feel
say.
really bad for the Poro in that
Yeah.
cinematic. That's really messed up.
The death animation is pretty hardcore, actually.
Did you ever?
Dragon Tamer Trist is the worst one, though.
Why? What happens?
Her death animation is, it's awful. So sad. Little dragon dies and stuff. It's not good.
You know what one's the worst? You know what one's the best?
Which one's the best?
Kindred's.
What happens with the Kindred one?
Death animation. Kindred's death.
Kindred just dies though?
She
Wolf
is
there?
They
Yeah.
are death.
Oh.
You get it? That's the lore.
All right, sorry, yeah.
You failed me.
Yeah, I certainly do not keep up with the lore. It's changed so many times. How are you supposed to know which is real? Oh dear.
Alright. You know what, Atlas? Meanwhile, in this game, not much is going on.
No. Certainly isn't. Well, maybe there's going to be something here. Dread's going to turn up in the nick of time, but Shelly's going to park herself on the bottom side, put her face into this turret, and that is going to be claimed for Griffin. Aiming and set it, probably not going to get engaged on, but this is exactly what Griffin wanted. Just continue getting all of that momentum and moving it forward. Tarzan going to clear out some vision here as Viper's going to push Shelly towards the inner turret. Probably not going to get another charge. Actually, she is. Not too bad, down to 700, and that's going to take half the health bar of that turret. Amy gets 25 gold for her, but still, definitely a high value Shelly, utilized at bottom side, and a 4,000 gold lead now for Griffin.
And, I mean, with the transition coming up, they're going to be able to get this Mountain Drake at almost 15 minutes, which means if they roll another one, if they are gifted,
Uh-huh.
all right,
There you go.
they can get another one and get Baron at 20. Think about it.
Wow.
Let me know.
That would be some very high octane play.
That would.
The speed.
It would
not
truly be high tempo.
It would be.
Not low tempo.
No.
You saw where I was trying to go there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. LS, a.k.a. lesser speed.
I like that. You know, you can't spell LS, which is our duo name,
Yeah.
without you.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you said we. That's how you get Atlas. Right?
You can't spell my name without you, though.
Oh,
You know? You can't spell Atlas without you.
I'm gonna cry.
It's one of the dumbest conversations we've ever had. All right. The Mountain Drake, like you were talking about, could have been an opportunity for a battle. Afreeca decide that it isn't. They have no vision around the area. They're not able to phase check because they're not strong enough. And that is going to be very easily over to them. How's the rolling going? Real nice. They're going to roll another mountain. And then this is going to sidle pretty beautifully into that Baron that you were talking about. You have been reading this script Too much!
I'm sorry, I'm bored. LOL states, they'll do it to you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, man.
You were named after the LOL state. Surely, you've been molded by it. You know this.
Well, Tier 1 turrets are still remaining here in mid and top lane. Hextech Gunblade already completed for Akali. Maybe Chovy wants to go Death Cap as the next item, but like I was mentioning, the real scary thing for Afreeca is that even though they have a red side Ezreal, red side Karma, which are they're both really good champions at slowing and stalling Baron from the vicinity of their red side jungle, it's double Mountain. And so realistically, if GRIFFIN just get that second Mountain Drake with the open Drake that they already have, it's a really easy Baron and done kind of a game.
Yep, even the Ocean Drake actually helping them there when it comes to taking down that Baron. I'm not even saying that facetiously, as Viper and Lehends will have a lot of consistent damage if they get to the Baron. 3-man Baron possibility is certainly going to be there with the damage options that they have, so GRIFFIN might be able to dupe Afreeca Freecs, and sneaking the Baron is certainly going to be an opportunity for them. Kiin, he's made his way to the mid lane. They want to try and protect this one, as True Shot Barrage is going to find Viper, but only gets a shield off him. Lehends getting in a little bit of trouble, aiming down to about half health.
One day they'll get that turret.
One day they'll get this turret as well, as Ucal. He's trying to say no. Senan and Dread, they turn up together. Ucal wants to get the heroic entrance opportunity for Senan into position, but unable to. Of course, Ucal didn't need the extra armor and magic resist at that point in time, so why press the button? Viper gets that wave towards the outer as well, and we'll see whether anyone can actually come over and pick that one up. Aiming very close to getting his Iceborne Gauntlet for those two items. And Senan in a heck of a lot of trouble. Goes golden. Aiming's going to be here. Dread also turns up. Senan survives. Now without a stopwatch for the next fight.
And so now they're just losing out on their red side jungle. Dread probably going to have to even concede the Raptor camp right now.
Yeah, Lehends able to get in there and clear out all the vision that they want. Talking about the Raptor camp, that should be taken by Tarzan here, as Ucal can at least wave clear, but he was unable to defend that outer turret, and that was Chovy just pushing forward. Chovy now with a 20 CS advantage. His sword gonna get the flash off. And Kiin, of course, was trying to respond with his own, but it was good flash timing there from Sword to make sure that he survives.
Now Dread coming in here, ends up actually smite stealing away. That's a victory.
Yep.
5,000 gold lead here exactly for GRIFFIN right now at 18 minutes.
Yep, Chovy able to clear out that mini wave, get himself back out there, and Senan's just been walking around this map. Found too many opportunities. His Sword wants to try and punish Kiin. Kiin at 18 minutes still unable to pick up his Trinity Force, and actually decided to forego the Tiamat for the extra wave clear.
Minute and a half until the Mountain Drake comes up. Luden's Echo is the second item of choice for Ucal here.
And some brown bags. Hasn't actually completed any boots just yet.
Maybe doesn't want to.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously. Otherwise, he would have completed the boots.
Okay. You know what? Well, there's a lot of supportive items on the side of Afreeca right now. And without the Trinity Force having yet been completed for Camille, there's not a lot of fighting potential for this upcoming mountain, which should mean that it can just be converted into a Baron bait by GRIFFIN, and they could be able to just close out the game from there. Now, Chovy, he's picked up the Oblivion Orb now.
Hey, but he has a needlessly large rod, LS.
He has a needlessly large rod, so crisis averted.
Yeah.
All right. In the unfortunate event that he didn't open up the LOLpedia and read about Morel and Omicron, he might end up wasting 1,400 gold here. Well, actually, it's not. No, it's pretty big. I was gonna try to be positive here, but not today.
I mean, the empowered W from Karma, you can deny that in the 1v1.
Nope.
No? Nope. It's not what you like?
Nope.
Okay.
Just let's get a death cap and deal more damage to all the targets.
Well, they might have a few targets to deal damage too. Afreeca Freecs not looking like they actually want to give up on this Mountain Drake. Ucal blast cones his way over, aiming by himself. Looking for the Mystic Shot. Some autos, does get him, but GRIFFIN have pulled Afreeca around this map. And aiming had to get there. Did actually manage to defend that turret in the mid lane as Sword. He's heading up top. He does have teleport available. Kiin comes on over. Tactical sweep. Doesn't get too much. GRIFFIN are just playing with Afreeca. They want to get themselves into a position where they can start off a team fight. And the pressure is on Afreeca because the Jace is up topside with teleport available. He's going to get matched by Kiin. The 4 versus 4 now is going to ensue.
It's interesting, they're taking their time.
X-Tech ultimatum comes in. Kiin's looking for it. Heroic entrance comes down. There it is. He's going to be able to get the knock-up. Hookshot's going to be there, and Kiin locks down the kill. It took a long time. I think he was trying to give it over to aiming with the True Shot barrage, but slightly misplaced. Means that GRIFFIN are able to take this Mountain Drake, but Afreeca are at least able to put a kill on the board.
They get a kill for themselves. And
ultimate comes down. It does get popped. Traded
that
for Viper's ult.
That was a whiff.
Well, I mean, Feather Storm for Glacial Prison, you'll probably take that.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
Okay.
It would have hit him if he didn't press the star button.
You know, Ice is super effective, I believe, against flying, right?
Yep, that is true.
So what just happened there? Why'd it miss?
Might have been Protect. You know, this is doubles meta now, man. Just everyone's got Protect.
Okay. Yeah. All right, well.
Or if you're a
Sword
hipster,
didn't
you
Protect.
use Detect instead.
All right.
And, yep. This was the True Shot barrage slightly missing, but the Heroic entrance being just on the edge, just enough to get that number.
Ezreal, he does have 2 items right now. He has the Vampiric Scepter, so probably going to be going into the Blade of the Ruined King after 4.6k gold deficit right now on the side of Afreeca.
But they're still, they're still making things happen. They're still trying to get some stuff done as they do spot that the bottom lane of GRIFFIN are hanging around this Baron. Full control of the vision in the area, but there's a cheeky little ward over that river. Allowing Afreeca to get some work done here as Viper, he's going to get taken down, and this is the play that you want to see. The Feather Storm on cooldown, just about to come back up, and no flashes or cleanses are going to be enough. As the teleport comes in, getting a teleport out from that one and a pick is huge for Afreeca.
These are really, really big, small advantages.
Really big, small advantage.
Yeah, you like how I did that? I wove that in there.
A huge small advantage.
Yeah.
Probably the biggest small advantage that we've seen in the last 5 minutes.
Well,
don't you love saying words that mean absolutely nothing?
No.
I thought you had low standards. Dang it.
Listen, Atlas.
Yeah.
Right now, they're going to get the red buff, and then they're going to posture again.
Oh, yeah?
For about 4.5 minutes.
How is their posture going to be? Are they going to be a bit slouch? Are we going to shoulders back? Are we getting in the right spot? How ergonomic are their chairs?
Let's take a look.
Yeah. Yeah, actually pretty good. Same as ours.
Yeah, same as ours.
Yeah.
We take a look now. Unfortunately, though, Viper.
Not very ergonomic in the death chamber.
Oh, yeah. Not today.
Nope.
Death Cap will be the next item for Akali. And Afreeca, realistically, they should just probably wait a couple more minutes for more item completions to come in. So around the 30-minute mark, Afreeca would almost be able, realistically, to come online and have a real chance inside of a 5 versus 5, even despite the current gold deficit.
Currently 2 turrets to 0. Afreeca still wanting to get some split push happening. You can see Kiin on the bottom side doing just that as Battle Dance gets Lehends to the safety of his Jarvan. Vision being cleared out. Afreeca still not able to get towards his Baron pit to try and clear vision. As Chovy in the mid lane now with his newly completed hat is very frightening. Gets on over. We're looking for a flank here potentially on the side of Lehends. Some vision was there. I believe that Afreeca Freecs know what's going on as Afreeca now underneath this outer turret. Kiin going to be able to get that one down as the quickness locks up too. Grand Entrance going to be there as well. But Lehends just a little bit too early, pulling that trigger. And it's the mantra Inspire from Ucal. It's able to deny any fun that is happening, thus Karma as a champion.
Yeah. And Camille, meanwhile, throughout all of this, down in the bottom lane, continuing.
Just kicking the turret, man.
Yeah. And look at the XP difference between Sword and Kiin right now. It's 2 levels, which you would not expect that to be the case. Kiin is also about halfway almost to level 16.
And that means that Hextech Ultimatum is going to be getting a lot of work done. The cooldown, of course, going to be reduced also. And he's 40 CS ahead. I mean, I don't know how this this Jace out of Sword did fall behind, but he certainly has done so, and it's because I think that they've been moving him towards the group of Griffin rather than letting him play that side lane and keep pushing that lead forward. It's now allowed Kiin to pick up Trinity Force, his Tiamat completed as well, and the Camille is getting towards that really dangerous state in this game.
So Jace just hit level 14, and Kiin is so close to 16. That's actually a legitimate 2-level advantage in the top lane right now. And you know, one of the main problems is that Griffin, despite all the advantages that they got early on, despite having the 2 Mountain Drakes and an Ocean Dragon, they're not doing anything with it. And this has been something that I've criticized them for pretty often, actually, in summer 2019, where they're bizarrely slow with the advantages that they end up getting. Captain Careful is their pseudonym.
Well, it might be off the back of the fact that their reputation has become go international and choke, you know, or in the games that are meaningful, in the games that matter, they're unable to actually find the victories, and that can weigh pretty heavily on how you play these games, especially when it comes to taking risks. And Griffin has fallen prey to this multiple times in the past. Barrage to check, and this went from Griffin being very comfortably in the lead to me feeling like Afreeca might be able to find some fights and might be able to fight back.
I think Afreeca's ahead, Atlas.
What?
Yeah.
But they're behind 3,000 gold.
Listen.
And they don't have the 3 dragons.
It's different broadcasts here, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Are we just playing, we're casting off the script? We're not going to read the screen anymore? We're just going to cast off the script? Is that how it's going to work?
Even though there's a 4,000 gold deficit, the item efficiency on Afreeca's side, just as well as the overall synergy inside of a straight-up team fight with all the items completed.
All right, here goes Lehends. He's flashed onto Aiming, who's going to be able to get out with that QSS. Senan down to half health as Tarzan gets the knock-up. Granted, Heroic Entrance does basically nothing as Kiin gets into the backline. Griffin have smashed this team fight so far, but the True Shot Barrage, such high value, and now it's Griffin on slivers of health. Kiin just barely surviving, but gets himself the big shield. The Featherstorm finally utilized as now Aiming dives in. Decent snare comes down, but the hook shot is huge, and Chovy spotted from over this wall. The shields, the healing, and Afreeca Freecs are going to claw back the team fight.
And Afreeca are in the lead right now. That was one of the best chances.
One more auto. Aiming's going to get it. Doesn't even need it. Finds the Mystic shot. Aiming's really been making a name for himself on this Ezreal. It was notorious versus Jinair, and now it's pretty famous versus Griffin.
Yesterday was also Ezreal Day. Ezreal was the only champion really just standing out consistently, and now here we have it. They are going to play on the control ward vision, but I believe that, obviously Griffin would have seen that Baron was getting hit. Oh man, we've seen many a teams ruined by this very play.
Well, Tarzan is going to get here. It is most likely going to be a 50-50 unless Afreeca decides to turn.
They got him.
The ult is going to land onto Tarzan, and now Chovy gets himself into the Baron pit. The Baron's targeting the Akali as Kiin gets out of his own ultimatum. In goes Chovy, goes golden afterwards, as well as the Baron's still getting a lot of work done. But it's going to be top traded for mid, and Afreeca are still able to move back to this Baron. Sword down to half health. I don't know whether the health bars are in exactly the right position here, as Senan's going to go down as an afterthought. Dread gets over, and now Griffin say thanks for the leash. Dread doesn't have flash, can't get over onto the Baron. It's a disaster for the Afreeca Freecs as they just set it up and just booped it on over to Griffin.
They just punted it.
Yeah.
They just had the game, and then they... I don't quite know what that just was, but Dignitas is alive and well.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much. As they got Tarzan, they actually locked him up. We're going to probably see a replay of it all. Now, this is their dream scenario right now. Afreeca are separated, and then they use all of their CC tools for defensive purposes just to stay alive. But then, that Grey Lady, she eventually arrived at the fight.
She did.
Being piloted by Kiin, ended up getting the entire fight to be turned around in Afreeca's favor. And then, he had some nice moves right here.
Really
Dodging
nice. This hook shot.
the snare, yeah, the hook shot right at the end there, killing Viper. And then it comes back to this right here, where they land everything on Tarzan. They could have burst the Baron through that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Positively, they could have gotten it down. They elected not to. Everyone was just on a different page.
Well, I mean, going back to the Baron here.
Yeah, even this just made no sense whatsoever. I mean,
I don't know why you're ever making this call, right?
well, Riot support would have told us why in a tweet.
Ah, yes.
You know?
But I don't have the tweet yet.
It's alright.
Well, we're going to go straight back into some action here as the heroic entrance is going to get one knockoff. Good ultimate lands from Dread, but aiming finds himself into a decent position in the backline. Meanwhile, elsewhere, it's Chovy. The assassination's aiming's dead as Sword dives on top of him. This game feels like it's just about over. Griffin have found the Baron. They were gifted it by the Afreeca Freecs, and it looks like Game 3 is on the menu. Base broken, inhibitor down, and now minions going to pile towards the Nexus turrets. The last thing standing between Griffin and a victory. Lehends once again diving forward as Rakan has been great starting off these fights so far today. There's Dread down very, very low. They've got so much damage availability on the Griffin side. Both turrets are dead. Kiin's trying to get something done, but he's just going to die. Black and white screen for the Afreeca Freecs as they're going to have to try and run it back in game number 3. Griffin strike back.
And what a peculiar game number 2. Griffin, they were getting so many advantages early on, and then the game went into a lull.